Hey everybody, Kid Chenard here with you. I got Robert Smalls with me and the Reverend Ed McClain to give you that information about CO Federal Credit Union. How are you guys doing today?
Just doing great.
First of all, you want to give them the address of that CO Federal Credit?
Yeah, the address of CO Federal Credit Union is 117 Spring Street, downtown Charleston. It's right at the corner of Spring and Rutledge Avenue.
You can't miss it. So just give them a little bit of information about CO Federal Credit Union.
The CO Federal Credit Union was founded by Esau Jenkins just 50 years ago. A lot of folks ask the question a lot of time what CO stands for. And CO is community owned, but it's really membership owned. And it's, like I say, it's been in existence now for 50 years. Matter of fact, we got a celebration coming up this year to honor the legacy of the credit union and Esau Jenkins.
That's very important. Reverend Ed, what influence does CO Federal Credit Union have in the community?
It has a great influence. I think what we're looking at now is the influence that it could have in the community. When we look at banks and credit unions for which African Americans really have little or no input, we see a great future in CNO, and Bob has been working for many years trying to make that happen.
You bring up a very great point, African American influence in the bank. How much influence do African Americans have in CO Federal Credit Union?
The influence that they have in the credit
union?
Yes. They're members owned, so they have a voice on what the credit union does, what type of credit services the credit union offer. So they are members, and once you become a member of the credit union, you receive dividends on your deposit.
Oh, so awesome. So you actually are rewarded for being a member.
Exactly.
Who can become a member of the credit union?
Our charter limits us to Charleston County, but anyone who works within Charleston County, attend church within Charleston County, can be a member of the credit union, whether they live in Dorchester or Berkeley County. Once they either work or attend church within Charleston County, they can become a member of the credit union. So
basically, if you're affiliated with Charleston County in any way, you can be a member.
Exactly.
Yes.
What do you need to bring to begin a membership?
Your ID card.
And are there any fees attached to membership?
The membership fee is $10, and that's a non-refundable. And we always ask as a requirement now of $50 a deposit into your account. That's
to start off your credit, correct?
Yes. Start off your membership affiliation.
That's awesome. Where can they go to find this information? Is it online, or do they need to come down to 117 Spring Street?
Well, it's always best to go to 117 if you're going to sign to be a membership. But for more information on the credit union, you can always go to our website, which is cofederalcreditunion.com, and connect with us through Facebook, where you can find a ton of information dealing with financial literacy.
The number one question involving CO Federal Credit Union is my money going to be safe?
Exactly, your money is safe. It's like in any financial institution that's governed by the federal government. The amount is $250,000.
And in the case that something does happen, say I have deposited some money, they follow the same steps, correct?
Correct. Your money is insured up to $250,000.
Mm-hmm.
Now, the question that was posed to me: are you guys a member of the FDIC?
That's a good one.
I think
yes, we are.
Yes, we are. Mm-hmm.
Awesome.
Yeah.
So we're just dispersing that information. What benefits come with being a member? Like accounting? Do you guys help with credit improvement, loans, and things of that nature?
Well, the type of services we offer is loans. There's new car loans, used car loans. We do a credit workshop. And then going back to loans, we also do secure loans. And that's one of the things we do advocate people to do, secure loans. Just for an example, if you deposit $1,000 in the credit union today, you can come back and borrow off your money that you had deposit, and the interest rate is only at 8%. We also do credit workshops, and we do assist folks with helping them improve their credit score. So we do also do financial education.
So what's compared to other lenders, what's 8%? Is that a fairly good rate? Or
that is a great rate. And our loans are, when we make loans, it's limited by the federal government at 18%. That means we cannot charge you no more than 18% on unsecured loan.
And as far as small businesses, how do you guys plan to help out with that? If someone is trying to establish a small business, can they come to you and begin the steps on trying to create one of those?
Right now, we don't offer business loans, but a person can help improve their credit score by taking one of our credit workshops once they become a member. So we do help them financial literacy. So once your credit score is higher, you can find other sources where you might could do a business loan.
Let me also add with that, one of the reasons why we are trying to get this organization to where it needs to be, so that we can basically do the very same thing that you're saying now, where the monies itself, there is a need for increasing the impact where we are, so that we can get to the point that you mentioned there, to do business loans. That's the reason why we're pushing the effort here.
And when are those credit workshops? We usually have them scheduled at least 2 or 3 per year, and we've done it in the past down at the ILA Hall on Morrison Drive. In the National Longshoremen's Hall? Yes.
Now, back to what you were saying earlier, Reverend Ed, the more members that you acquire, the more you will be able to do as far as the small business loans and so forth. Could you elaborate a little bit?
Yes, we want to get to the point where our membership is such that the input of monies into the union allows us to do the provision for all of the very same things that you're talking about. Loans, home loans, all the other kinds of things that right now you'll go into a bank, to do. And we find oftentimes that we are unable to do that. It's sad that we say that, but it's the truth. African Americans put monies into the banks, and you can't get out what you need in order to do what you need to do. We want to be able to formulate and chart a credit union of our own where we can do these things. So putting this together and the number of people being involved and getting involved in the union will give us the opportunities to do this.
Another question that I was asked is, can you sign up online?
At this time, you cannot. You must come into the credit union. Part of the reason is because the regulations from the government that require us to do a simple check to make sure you're not on a watch list. So now you have to bring in your ID card, and it has to be verified that you are a legitimate person.
Is there a credit check to become a member?
There's no credit check to become a member. As I stated earlier, it's the $10 non-refundable and the $50 to initially start your account.
So it doesn't matter where your credit is currently at, you can become a member?
Yes.
Well, guys, you guys pretty much covered every question that was asked to me involving joining the CO Federal Credit Union. Is there anything that I missed that you would like to add?
I'd like to expound a little bit on what Reverend McClain just stated, about the membership. The more members we have, the more funds we will have coming in the credit union, and that will allow us to offer more services. And we had the opportunity to have a larger credit union make a sizable deposit into the credit union. So that gave us the opportunity to increase our loan portfolio, being able to make more loans. We had particularly one particular church that has become a member of the credit union. And what they had done was the money that they deposited into the credit union, it allowed the church members to come and borrow off of their money instead of going to a payday loan. A lot of times we spend a lot of money on Christmas and So we go out to different loan finance company and borrow money for gifts during Christmas holidays. But with the church money at the credit union, you can come in, become a member, and borrow off the church money, and the interest rate on the secure loan is only at 8%. Whereas if you go to a lot of financial institutions, you're going to pay 35, 45%. Now we're in the process now of setting up a new account system, a new loan program, whereas those who make a lot of loans from title loan places and check cashing places, the government has allowed us now to increase our interest rate on this type of loan. These short-term loans, they range from $500 to $1,000. And the person become a member of the credit union, instead of going to the title loan place or check cashing place, they can make these small money loans and pay them off in a short time. There's another good thing about borrowing money from the credit union. We do report it to the credit bureau. So we also help people increase their credit score. We also do direct deposits. You can have money taken out from your paycheck and you're paying $15, $20 a month, whatever you feel comfortable with, and deposit it into the credit union and start building up a savings. And that's one of the problems we have in our community. So many people don't save money. And so we got avenues to help those save money, because there's so much benefits in saving money.
Brother Smalls, I think you pretty much captured everything that I wanted this video to pretty much include. But as far as those what are considered predatory loaners, what are their usual interest rate? One more time.
Oh, they can go 45, 60% interest. It's unbelievable. And the way the system works with the predatory lenders, you got a short time to pay off your loan. If you don't, then you must renew your loan. So they're constantly making money off your interest. So the government now is assisting credit unions and maybe some banks in the future about doing alternative loans to predatory borrowers.
Is there a monthly fee to having your money in the credit union?
There's no monthly fee. There's no requirements of how much the minimum amount you have to deposit. But we always ask folks to keep their account active by making a deposit, rather than just $5. Because it gets to the point at a time where we have to purge certain accounts because of no activity.
So you want to keep something coming in there?
Yes.
All the time?
Yes.
Well, thank you guys for taking the time out. And Reverend Ed, is there anything you'd like to add?
Yeah, I'd like to, first of all, say that much of what we're saying here now is what we would like to see this organization become, and it can become even the more, because of the ideas that has gone into making it what it can be. But we need members to come on in and make it what we know it can be. I want to thank Brother Smalls for the work that he has put into this organization with the workers who are there. They work long and hard to assure that we are where we are now. And with the members coming in, and my grandson, who sits basically in the area here now, who's doing an awesome, he's doing a lot in terms of provoking people to see this. And what you're doing here, I'm just so proud of you and what you're doing here, the attitude and the that you're taking toward this. It can't help but help us to be what we need to be. Lastly, we talk about diversity. And diversity in the community, diversity in banking, diversity in varied places will help us to be where we need to be. I'm hopeful that we can tap the colleges where they take the monies and funding and put it into the other banks, and also allow us the privilege of growing to be where we need to be because of the area of diversity. And I'm certain that some of them will be doing that soon. At least we're hopeful of that.
Hopeful, yeah.
Reverend Ed, Brother Smalls, thank you guys. I appreciate you taking your time out. Kishing out here with you with some very useful information. CO Federal Credit Union, 117 Spring Street. Make sure you go down there and check these young men out.
Thank you to Reverend McClain, since he became as a new member of the board, but he is a strong advocate for the credit union. And Ms. Smith, who is the manager of the credit union, she has done an outstanding job. Before she came on the board, we had some issues with the credit union, but now we have seen constant growth, so I'd like to give credit to her also. But one thing I'd like to also share is the fact that I think I mentioned earlier about another credit union, a larger credit union, have made a deposit in the credit union that assists us in making loans. But there's another organization headed by Mike Miller. He's the CEO for the organization that's building the International African American Museum downtown. Their organization is also making a large financial deposit into the credit union, which allow us to, expand some services. That's what we need. We need the funds in order to offer different types of services.
And you guys also have some affiliation with the Longshoremen's Hall, correct?
Exactly. Once a week we go down and we cash checks that are on Wednesdays, and we get a lot of support from them. A number of our members, a number have taken advantage of our loan programs, specifically the secure loan programs where they have the automatic deposit payments coming out of their paycheck, and taking advantage of the financial education that we offer. So we do have a good, strong relationship with the ILA Hall, International Longshoremen Union 1422.
Reverend Ed, is there anything that you would like to add, sir?
No, sir. I think Bob has about captured it.
Thank you guys once again.